welcome back to another episode of SPL Social, the show about the Singapore Premier League, just for you guys, the fans of our Singapore League. Now, of course, we are out and about here today at Paya Lebar Square. We are back at Joe and Doe Coffee Place. And as you can see with me, I'm joined by two players from Lion City Sailors. Let's go Sailors, let's go. That's the very famous chant that your fans like to say. But before that, before we actually get up close and proper with Haiqal Pashia as well as Iqram Rifqi here, I just want to remind you guys that of course we have the Fundy Rules tournament, going on right now. So do sign up, get your friends together. We have also the under 10s and the under 12s. It's on fundyrules.sg. You guys can stand a chance to win some prizes in that tournament. So get down to the website now and sign up. Now, of course, back to SPL Social. This show is brought to you by the wonderful folks at Singapore Premier League Football Association of Singapore, Tampines West CSC, as well as Footballita. So let's start with you guys. How you guys been doing? What a great game over the weekend. A 4-0 win over Tampines Rovers. And you scored in that one, Paisha. Congrats.
Thank you. I feel like it's been a while since I last scored a goal. So that goal and that assist meant a lot to me and for the team. I hope that I'll get as many goals as possible this season. Yep.
You came on as a super sub, so you came on and you made that assist for Lestian, and that was a very beautiful goal as well that you scored. Was that part of your plan when you came on as a sub to really make an impact?
To be honest, I got a feeling on that day that I would score a goal. So yeah, when I came in, I just ran my hearts out and to be able to get the assist and that goal will help my moral booster.
Awesome. I'm sure the fans out there, will be looking forward to more from you. Ikram, loads of smiles from you. Can I get your reaction on that? Why all the smiles? Are you proud of Paisha as well?
Of course, because Pasha himself is a good player, but as you can see in our squad, there is so much quality, and Pasha is eager to show what he has, and he did that the last game. Yeah. So I'm proud of him.
Yeah, and what about yourself? I mean, have you enjoyed your season so far in Lion City Sailors?
I think I am loving it because coach is giving me the opportunity, and I'm trying to grab it with both hands. And I'm just trying to put in a good shift every game and see how it goes from there.
Paisha, what about you? I mean, your season so far at LCS. I mean, we'll talk about the AFC Champions League in a bit, but in general, I mean, in Singapore, at the Singapore Premier League, are you enjoying, just the vibes within the team and even coach?
Yeah, personally for me, the inside the dressing room has been wonderful because the vibe, the team morale is high right now as we just clinched the win last 2 days. So it's been good for us
Okay.
So I hope that it'll continue after the international break.
Yeah, are you guys close to each other, by the way? Do you guys hang out? So lah, boleh.
So lah. Not that often.
Can. No, but what do you like? He mentioned that that about you. But what do you think about Iqram? Obviously, he's a bit more senior than you. Yeah, I'm seeing a bit of.
He's one of the jokers in the team
Okay.
Yeah. So Adam Swandi, Hami is always laughing all the time. Like they have their inside jokes. I don't know why. I don't know what they laugh about all the time. But yeah, he's one of the jokers in the team. So it's good to have that in the team.
Iqram, we are looking forward to hearing some of your jokes on this show. Don't keep it from all the Singapore Premier League fans out there. Okay, so since we're here at Joe and Doe, I realized that you guys have not ordered yet. But do you guys drink coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee. I'm more of a tea guy.
How do you guys survive, without coffee?
I don't know. Maybe we don't sleep late, I guess. So yeah. Drinking coffee is for those who sleep late.
No, that's not true.
That's for me
Yeah, for me, because I think coffee is bitter, and I don't like the bitter taste.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we should have chosen a playground for you guys instead of a coffee place today. But I hope that you guys are enjoying the vibes, and of course, thank you so much to Joe and Doe for hosting us in some way here. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a bit more about Lion City Sailors, okay? Maybe we start with you first, Paisha, because you are the younger player out of the two, right? What is your personal goals with the Sailors this season?
My personal goal is to help the team get as many wins as possible, and hopefully we can retain the title again this year, and to get as much playing time as possible when coach call me upon.
What about yourself, Iqram, your personal goals?
My personal goals would be contributing to the team with goals and assists, and just trying to maintain my form now to make it for Suzuki Cup at the end of the year. Yeah, that's my goals.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a long way to go to that, so hopefully you do get your call up for the national team. Now let's go to something a lot of the fans want to know about. Of course, Sailors, you guys completed your AFC Champions League, first ever AFC Champions League run, you know. So I want to ask, how was your experience like in Buriram, in Thailand?
It was a great experience for me personally, because we play against teams that are much stronger and faster. So like, in order for us to be at that level, we need to work hard, do well, and maintain our level so that we can compete with those big teams in Asia.
You know, there were some very inspiring performances from the squad in general, but I'm sure that, you know, Iqram, you saw that as well from some of your teammates. But what was the key takeaway for you from the AFC Champions League campaign?
I feel like in every game we played, and we have like room for improvement every game, and we try to build on that for the next game, so we can do better every game. Yeah.
But what was the vibes like? You know, because it's obviously a step higher than the domestic season. You guys are playing against, region. You know, we're looking forward to that. Okay, Iqram, you have made 7 appearances for the club this season. Are you hoping, to be honest, to start more games?
Of course, because like, which footballer doesn't want playing time? But you can say our team have good depth and healthy competition between each other. So like, we just go hard on each other in training and see who starts. Yeah.
Wow, it must be quite competitive, I can imagine, because of the quality within your team. But I'm sure you're putting on the hard work. You know, Paisha, because again, like I said, LCS is known in Singapore for the professionalism, the facilities, the standards as well, out of all the teams. So what have you enjoyed during your time at LCS?
Personally for me, like Iqram said, the competition is really tough. Like, we always give each other a hard time in training. Like, we are always competitive. So I like that competitiveness.
Yeah. Makes you better.
Makes me like I can improve. Yeah.
Oh wow, okay. I know it's very competitive in football, so I can only imagine how intense it is. So going back to being a footballer, right? Iqram, was it always your dream to be a professional footballer?
Okay, my dad kind of forced me into football, but I've been loving it so far. If I'm not a footballer, don't be surprised. I think I'll be a dancer.
Wow, really? What kind of dance? What dance? Like break dance? Or?
Maybe hip hop. I don't know.
So you're into hip hop dance? Why are we laughing?
I don't know. I've never seen him dance.
Are you
before.
like one of those TikTok dancers? Like
No.
So you really are interested in it? In hip hop dance?
Because when I was in school, I kind of pursue in dancing, but after that, for me, soccer got quite intense, so I just focus on soccer.
But do you still dance though?
No. Kind of rusty now.
Wow, we never knew that, guys, about Iqram, that he was into a hip hop. Do you have a favorite hip hop dancer? Or?
I would say it's Chris Brown.
Oh, yeah, he's a pretty good dancer. Oh, we're learning new things today, about Iqram. So we're going to have to dig out the archives for videos of your hip hop dance. But what about you, Pashia? I mean, if you want a professional footballer, maybe I'll start with why did you decide to become a professional footballer first?
I think my dad forced me, I guess. Same as
Again?
Iqram. Yeah.
What's with all the dads out there?
I don't know.
Yeah, kids.
Like when I was probably 10 or 11 years old, we went to an open field and we started playing lah. So from there I started loving football. Yep.
Oh, okay, so thanks to both Iqram as well as Paisha's dad for their strong involvement. But if you were a footballer, what would you be then?
I don't know, maybe a fireman, I guess.
Really?
Yep. I'm into all those fires and rescue stuff.
Yeah, that's why you're serving the nation. And lately in Singapore, there's been a lot of fires actually.
Yeah.
So perhaps, yeah, that could be something useful. Okay, guys, as usual in this show, we have a lot of questions from you guys. It's all about you guys, the fans. We have, posed some questions to our players here. But, before we get to your questions, I'm going to ask a little bit about your journey, right? So, Paisha, what was your journey to becoming a pro player like? Was it challenging or?
It was challenging at first, but because I was from the National Football Academy last time, so it's like a stepping stone for us NFA players to get into the league lah. But it was challenging for me during my first season as there's so many overage players and like senior players who wanna like
The squad, right?
get into the squad, and like the opponents back then were much older lah.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
So they will give us a hard time lah. The young guys a
Yep.
hard time. Yep.
But what about you, Iqram? I mean, similar to him, like you mentioned it earlier about the hip hop dance. How did you decide, how did your career in football start then?
I think I just played for my school. Yeah.
Which school was this?
Surprisingly, I am his senior in school.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. We were both from Hongkar Secondary School.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I kind of got into NFA at the age of 14, and from there it was like a stepping stone to every age group. So it's for me it's kind of
Easy.
Destiny,
somehow.
you would say.
Yes, yeah.
But would you advise young kids out there to take the same route? Because many of them watch this show and they always ask, how do I become a professional footballer like our guest? You can be honest here, it must be very challenging, but what would you advise these kids,
To stay out of trouble lah, actually. Really. That's my most, like my main point lah. Because
Ooh, okay.
you need to have
Subtext there.
discipline. You need to have discipline, I guess.
Okay.
And you need to work hard lah, really.
Yeah, I mean, work hard is in almost every field, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iqram, similar sentiments as well,
Yeah, I think working hard is the key, and to never go astray of your goals in life. If you want to make it professional, then you got to think like one.
You're speaking about all the working hard. I mean, as footballers, you guys sacrifice birthdays, weekends, holidays. I can't even imagine all the things you begin to sacrifice just for the beautiful game. So maybe can you share with me some of the sacrifices personally you have made, so far that you feel that it has been really a big one actually.
For me, I guess when my family went back to my kampong, because I was born in Indon, so
Which part of Indonesia?
Pontianak.
Okay.
So yeah, for me that was hard lah, because it was my mom, my grandparents passed away at that
Okay.
point. So my family went back, and
You were the only one
I was the only one left in Singapore because
of football.
of football. Yep.
I cannot even imagine, it must have been really isolating for you, right? But I mean, that's the sacrifices that footballers make, and I always wondered how you guys cope with it. Iqram, all those times spent away from your family, is that a good or a bad thing? Because some might say it's good.
Depends. But usually I always miss my family members' birthday every year, because due to the trips and tournament I go to. Because we are close and we always celebrate with each other. But every year I'm the only one missing out. But I'll always video call them. Yeah.
Do they make you buy more gifts and stuff like that? Make it up to them, no?
No, but yes.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's talk back about the SPL. Are there any players who have impressed you so far? You played against or you played with, that from other teams?
For me personally, I think Kyoga. He's a really good footballer. His technique, his vision of the game impressed me. He doesn't crack under pressure. So yeah.
And
Kyoga.
ironically, he was sitting here as well, like in our second episode. So yeah, Kyoga Nakamura, absolutely, definitely one of the standout players as well. What about you, Iqram? Anyone you played against or who stands out?
Against, I feel that Boris is doing really well this season with his goals. Yeah, so it's quite impressive this year, and it's always a hard time going against him.
A lot of Tampines Rovers today, even though you guys like demolished them for 1 year. Okay, favorite international footballer and could be local, but I want to know your favorite international player.
For me, it's Eden Hazard.
Interesting.
The way he plays, the way he scores goals, the way he dribbles past players, I want to be like him. Yeah.
Okay, wow, I like the effort. Okay, but he's injured, like
Yeah,
Madrid,
he's been
I'm not
injured.
sure what's going on there. Yeah. Ikram, what about you? Your favorite international player?
I would say it's still Gareth Bale, but due to his lack of playing time, I still admire him due to his for the past few seasons he's been a beast on the right side and trying to learn from his game.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you guys some questions from some of the fans on social media, okay? Because some of them I think you're your childhood friends. We're going to start with you first, Paisha, okay? Nizam Mai wants to know, do you miss your childhood friends at Jalan Bahar?
Yes, of course I miss them because I grew up playing soccer with them. So whenever I have the time, I'll visit them soon.
Is
I
Jalan
guess.
Bahar where the camp is?
Yeah, near
The Outward Bound or something, right? Was it? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's near the Jurong Fire Station there,
Yes.
around there.
I used to have my school camps there also, but I didn't know that you guys had a place to play football. Okay, Iqram, another question for you from Irfan Veli. He wants to know, do you like the cheer that the LCS crew made for you? Can you do for us, please?
What's the cheer like also? I also don't know.
Obviously, I love the cheer because it's always me and Anu's name intertwined. Like, do you want to hear the cheer or no?
Yes, you want to
But
hear it?
I'm kind of shy.
No, you're
Just
a
do
hip-hop
it lah.
dancer. You cannot be shy.
Okay.
Come on.
I'll just do a bit. Okay. I think it goes like Iqram, Rifqi. Yeah.
Nice! You guys can be like, a singing duo. Okay, I've got 2 more questions each before we go. Okay, I don't know whether, this is going to, offend anyone else yet, but, the question, Paisha, is if you're given a week to play for any other ASEAN clubs, or you can even say international clubs, okay? Which club would you choose? Only 1 week to play and then you learn from them, then you come back.
Any ASEANs or
Yeah.
international?
You can say any, yeah. Don't say Real Madrid lah, like...
For me, I will choose JDT, Johor Darul Ta'zim, because
Next level lah,
next level, their facilities, their team, they've been one of the top ASEAN clubs for the past few years. So
Okay,
yeah,
JDT it is.
JDT it is.
Last question, Iqram from Not Really Junior. She or he wants to know Manchester United or Man City.
Clearly, no doubt, Manchester United.
Oh, really? Okay. So you must be. How are you feeling about the performance?
I have no words to describe my sadness.
Okay, luckily we're not doing a Premier League show because that will be a different mood, I guess, from Iqram. But before we go, I just want to say thank you so much for sending in all your questions for both Iqram and Paisha. And all the best for the season ahead. We'll be rooting for both of you actually.
Thank you.
Fly the flag high for Singapore as well. So thank you so much. And can we get one last guess, message for the fans out there? Maybe Iqram, you can say something.
I hope you guys can come down to support us, and we'll be playing for you guys.
And guys, in SPL Social, we love to feature the fans, and today we are joined by SailorFanTalk, one of the most impressive fan groups I see for Lion City Sailors. So Eddie and Joseph, welcome to the show. I just want to start with a bit more about yourself and why you started SailorFanTalk.
I think we started it, I approached Joseph actually. I just thought there's not a lot of content out there focusing exactly on the sailors. So I thought, instead of complaining, hey, why isn't there this, why isn't there that, do it yourself lah. Just do it yourself. And so we decided, it started out with me pitching to him. I said, we just want to do post-match interviews. Very simple, right? Just, record, and we thought it was very simple, but there were some problems along the way. After a while, I think we decided that we can do a bit more. So we decided, we spoke to Akari, we spoke to Abdul, and even non-playing staff. So Kevin and Ravi, we decided that, it's important that the fans hear what the club is on the inside as well. And so we hope to do that more and more, focusing maybe even on the academy players, the women's players and everything. So really, I think, as the name suggests, Sailor Fan Talk, right? So we just want to create content that Sailors fans can be proud of and can enjoy. Yeah.
And for the fans out there, they can follow you guys on Instagram, I believe, and YouTube, because I've seen some of your content on Instagram, and that really got me quite excited because you guys are very different. Joseph, you were recently as well. I think both of you were recently in Buriram for the AFC Champions League. I thought that was really cool. I mean, that's never been done, I feel, before. So how was the experience like?
It was great. It was a great experience. I felt ill during the trip, but I decided, I'm there already. I have to go for the game, and so I went for the game. And I still remember the afternoon before the Gamba Osaka game. Feels like I'm a player here, but I'm not. I didn't play. But I was laid down in the hotel room. I was cold towels and everything because I was running a fever, no voice. But I thought, I'm here. The team needs me. The team needs someone to be shouting for them. So I did it lah. Just Panadols and everything.
What about you, Joseph? How was your experience?
I think for me and Eddie, we differ a lot because Eddie actually paid for his ticket, right? I got a free ticket, or expenses paid by LCS.
You won a competition.
I see. Congrats.
So super grateful to the club. Actually, we were actually planning whether we should pay for the ticket and go. He go for the first match, I go for the last few. But shout out to LCS, great club. Only club to pay fans to go for Champions League matches, right? Pay for everything. So it was a great experience. I'm 22 this year, and I think this one the first few times I travel alone without my parents.
Wow.
So it was a great experience. Shout out to my travel buddy Jerome. So Jerome actually from SG Football Podcast, right? So he taught me, he showed me the world kind of thing.
Oh wow, he got you out of your comfort zone. You know what's funny is that I was actually glued to you guys' IG live because we didn't have any updates about the pitch being flooded. You guys were the only ones there. So I saw you on the IG live, I saw Jerome, and you guys were giving us updates. Which I think is important because the fans' voice is very important, Eddie, isn't it?
Very important, hugely important. I think in this day and age where digital media is so polished, sometimes people do want to see the raw view of things, and that's what we bring of our lousy phones and lousy cameras.
But being Sailors fans, I'm sure you guys must be happy with how the team has performed. Not just the AFC Champions League, but in general the league performance.
I think there was a point of time where we were questioning our team, questioning manager even, why are we are supposed to be this good? We invest so much money, so we should be performing to this certain standard. And definitely, I think over the past few weeks, over the past few months, our boys have stepped out, our staff have stepped up. You look at the social media content, what the match day posters and everything. Wow!
Hey, you guys were also doing some for them on match day. I saw.
Yeah. So Ravi and Kevin approached me to say hey, it would be fun to have an Eddie cam. Yeah. So just do things that you normally do, just that the camera's on you this time. So I junkie. I went to have a pre-match drink, which I always do anyway at the bar nearby. Yeah. So I think they just wanted to show hey, this is what a regular fan does.
So I think it kind of shows that the levels are raising, we are raising the levels higher of local football. And I'm so glad that we get a part to be in it.
Any players in the team that you guys have been impressed by so far this season? Even some of the youth players.
I think definitely you cannot forget Maxime Lesting. He has definitely raised the levels. Like you can see the first few games before ACL, like he wasn't even trying lah. You could see like he wasn't.
It's like normal lah.
This no sweat. You see like he like having a jog in the park kind of game, and then once ACL stepped up, when you're in Thailand watching him play, man is running everywhere.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant. Once come back to Singapore, you see the performances, the number of assists he's been putting in.
Yeah.
Nobody can stop him. His pace and his assists. Sometimes he's like as though he doesn't want to shoot. He just wants to assist his teammate. You know.
Yeah,
like
I've
right
seen
in front of
it.
goal, and
Yeah.
he just passes the ball to his teammate so that they can score.
Daegu, right? That was the Daegu assist.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like I was like, oh, why didn't you shoot? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Then Diego scored. So,
Yeah, you can
For-
see
for
people
me,
like Haiqal Pashia, all their standards are increased with all these
With the
additions.
AFC, yeah.
For me, it's Song. I think one of the old boys. So I mean, it's not that old. Sorry, Song. But
1993 gang.
But Song, I mean, for Home United, AFC Cup days, we have always watched him, and he was a kid, right? I mean, like 17, 18 years old. I've been most impressed with him. I think what I've been impressed about is even when the team is not clicking, he's always running, he's always fighting. To me, that is what the fans want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Song is a fighter through and through, but in general, the entire team as well, because even the AFC Champions League, they really fought till the end. I could see a different level, from the players as well, which is really interesting. So do you have a message for all the fans, of Sailors out there in Singapore football? Because you guys are at every game, and we want to see more fans at the games, but we want more people to come. So do you have any words, of advice for them, I would say?
I think come say hi to us, right? That's for one. Stay the cause as well. So whichever team you support, Balestier, Khalsa, Tanjong Pagar, however, really just stay the cause, fight for your team, and one day your team. I mean, I won't say we'll repay you because that's not what we are in this for, but you will really relish the experience of being a fan of your team. I think, yeah.
And I think for myself, like the cry that we always give out to all our fans on social media is that support local football. If we don't support local football, who will, right?
Yes.
We all support like Manchester United, Arsenal, all this stuff.
Arsenal.
Arsenal. So why not we bring this voice when we got a platform to be able to shout, to be able to experience this fan culture in Singapore? Why not we do it here in Singapore? So I think this is a great platform for us, rather than just sitting back on the couch and slamming the team. Why Singapore always cannot perform? Why Singapore cannot go World Cup? All this type of thing. You help Singapore enter the World Cup lah. So I think that's what we always advocate for. Don't sit on the couch. Be the voice. Be the person to.
Yeah, be the change, absolutely. And I
Carry
feel
the
like you
team,
guys as well at SailorFanTalk are doing that, and it's absolutely excellent. And of course, do continue to watch the Singapore Premier League, because that's where all the local action is and some of the top players are. Thank you so much, Eddie as well, Joseph, for joining me, from SailorFanTalk. And I'll continue to watch and follow you guys on social media. You guys can do the same as well. We'll leave the link below. And of course, I'll see you guys soon as well. Take care.
Thanks for having us.